Today's topic will be ServiceNow introduction. We'll discuss in ServiceNow introduction like what is ServiceNow, how ServiceNow is emerged in the IT platforms like IT sector, and what are the versions of ServiceNow, and if the company purchase a license of ServiceNow, what the portals will give to the company or to the organization. And later, if time persists, we'll discuss regarding how to create the personal developer instance. The first topic will be what is ServiceNow. As we know that ServiceNow was not the recent tool, it was emerged in long ago back, but right now it is trending in the market or trending in the IT sector. But it was called as I'm mentioning as, it was called as ticketing tool. Okay, I just mentioned as it was called as ticketing tool. Someone please mute yourself. It was called as ticketing tool, and right now it is called as, but it is called as digital automation tool.
Digital transformation.
Yeah, very good. Digital transformation tool. And digital transformation tool or process automation tool. Okay, but major the basics of the platform is to raise the tickets, but later it developed into the digital transformation tool or to manage the processes into service management like the IT sector. The major inclusions, like as we mentioned, like the learning application right now is the module is ITSM. ITSM stands for IT service management, like information technology service management, which includes different operations. I'll show you a couple of images regarding this IT service management, what it includes and how they work in the IT sector. And later we'll start doing like this platform is called as ServiceNow. As we know that the platform name is ServiceNow, and recently the name of ServiceNow from shifted from ServiceNow to Now platform. Okay, they are calling as Now platform. Okay, they are no more calling as ServiceNow, it is called as Now. Okay, and when we come to the history of ServiceNow, ServiceNow was not the first name of the company. The first name of company was Glidesoft Technologies Private Limited, something called Glidesoft Limited. Okay, the initial name of ServiceNow organization company name is Glidesoft Limited, and later when it is reaching globally, then they named from Glidesoft to ServiceNow. And right now probably they're calling ServiceNow along with Now, and the recent name was Now. Okay, it's not the company name, but they're calling as Now platform. Okay, Glidesoft was the initial name of the ServiceNow organization name, then later they shifted from Glidesoft to ServiceNow, and right now the ServiceNow is a larger word when compared to pronounce. They mention as Now platform here. Okay, then after going towards the platform or into the global wide or worldwide, ServiceNow has some different formats. Like it's an American based company. Majorly ServiceNow is an American based company. Sorry, I am wrong with the spellings. Ignore that. It's an American based company or organization which is spreading worldwide, regarding which every organization, because every organization needs a service management. It's an American based company founded by the Fred Luddy in the year of 2004. Sorry, 2004. We'll come to this. Who is Fred Luddy? Fred Luddy is a person who is working in the BMC Remedy company. Fred Luddy is a person who is working in the BMC Remedy organization. I think everyone has some knowledge on BMC Remedy. He is ex-employee or ex-person from BMC Remedy organization. BMC Remedy was the popular ITSM tool in the olden days. Right now we are having the BMC Remedy in the market, but it occupied the ServiceNow, but ServiceNow occupies the whole ratio or the percentage of the BMC remedy in the market. In the olden days, or from when I talking about 2010, 11, 12, BMC remedy is a top tool regarding the service management. And Fred Luddy is one of the person regarding in this company called BMC Remedy. And he left the BMC Remedy organization and started an organization called GlideSoft Limited. And later the name changed to ServiceNow. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear, Shakti.
Yeah. Then we call, like, we have some different things in ServiceNow, like when it is emerged in, as I said that in 2004, Fred Luddy founded this ServiceNow GlideSoft organization 2004, but in 2011 it started reaching globally. Reaching globally in the sense of worldwide. Multiple clients will have the application called ServiceNow to manage their IT operations or the process automations or any other works back in the organization, like in the company. When 2004 was the first year, and they have some multiple versions. As we know, some we are using the apps in the mobile, like they have some updates, like version 1, version 2, version 3, or they may call as some June version, January version, or anything. The same, in the same format, ServiceNow from 2004 to 2011, they have the versions also. They have improved the application in major sort of things, but they mention their names as like April, summer, like version 1.0, version 2.0, 2.0.01. They name the versions like this before reaching globally. After reaching like 2011, they started reaching multiple clients around the globe, and they started naming the versions of ServiceNow into alphabetical order. Like they gone through the alphabetical order with the country names. Okay. Right now I am working with Washington DC version, which holds W, like the W Washington DC. And we'll start writing from each and every version, like what is the first version of ServiceNow, like it's called Aspen, which starts with A. Okay. And which was released in 2011. As I said that ServiceNow application reaching globally by 2011, and the first version of ServiceNow is Aspen. And as we know, the second alphabet is B, it's called Berlin, and it was released in 2012. And next we know that the C, it's called Calgary, and which was released in 2013. And till from this point of view, and right now we are at Washington DC. I'll write each and every version. Just give me 2 minutes. Washington DC, and the Washington DC year was Q1 2024. Okay. And the next version of Washington DC is Xanadu, like it starts with X, and it's released in Q2 2025. And let's start with the D. What is a D version? It's called Dublin. Dublin is a version name along with the country name, and it is released in 2013 in the end, like in the end of 2013. And next we have the Eureka, ABCDE. Eureka released in 2014. These will not ask in any part of interview. Okay, I'm just giving these contents for your knowledge. Okay, as we are discussing the tool from scratch. And the next version will be the Fusey. It's released in 2015. EFJ, it's called Jakarta, released in next year. EFG, sorry, it's called Geneva. It was released in 2016 or 2015 end, sorry, next year or the 2015. ABCDEFGH. H for Helsinki. I think these are the names from the Money Heist web series, like the names of everyone. Like Helsinki 2016. I'm bad at spellings, ignore that. I for Istanbul. which was released in 2017. After that, we have IJ Jakarta, released in 2017, and IJK. I started my career from Kingston. As I said earlier, like I started my career with the Kingston version, which is released in or which was released in 2018. And later that we have the versions called London 2018, IJKL M for Madrid 2019 year, IJKL N for New York, which is released in 2019 itself, IJKL O for Orlando 2020, which was released in P for Paris. It's then the service now started releasing those versions from the quarters. Q3 nothing but the quarters. Okay. For example, if you have this 2025 as a year, and we have some 4 quarters here, quarter 1 to quarter 4. Each quarter consists of 4 months. Okay. So 3 months. 4 3 is 12. Like quarter 1 consists of January, February, March. Quarter 2 consists of April, May, June. Then next continue, the list continues. And when come to the Paris, it released in quarter 3 and 2020 year. MNOPQ. Q we have the Quebec, and Quebec released in quarter 1 2021. OPQ or R for Rome, and which was released in quarter 3 2021. IJKLMNOPQR S for San Diego, as it was a popular module. The service now has the major fan base from San Diego itself. 2022 is a released year. OPQR ST. T for Tokyo, which was released in quarter 3 2023. And next we have OPQRST U for Utah, which was released in quarter 1 2023. We have the next version called Vancouver. Okay, it's combined spelling like Vancouver. Released in the year of quarter 3 2023. And where we comes with, after we have the Washington DC version and Xanadu. And the next upcoming versions of ServiceNow will be, what will the next alphabet?
It's Yokohama.
Alphabet was Y and it's called Yokohama. Okay. And next version, final version will be Z. It's called Zurich. Okay.
Zurich.
Fine. These are the versions of ServiceNow. And after 2004, as they emerging globally, then they want to point out the versions of the names with the country names. These are majorly the European countries' names. And in the next upcoming, after Z version, they're starting to include India for I for India, as we have I here as for Istanbul. In the next upcoming years, we need to see like I for India as a ServiceNow version names. Okay. Any doubts up to this, like introduction of ServiceNow?
No, Sharath.
Yeah, fine.
No.
Then we'll come to like, as we complete like what is ServiceNow and what are the versions of ServiceNow. Then we'll come to like what is ServiceNow called as in the market. Like the first question will be the same. What is ServiceNow called as in the market? It's called PaaS sometimes. is called as SaaS sometimes, and it called as sometimes. Okay, I'll come to that. What is PaaS and what is SaaS and what is SaaS. PaaS is nothing but platform as a service. I'll write as platform as a service. And SaaS stands for software as a service. And when finally come to this IaaS, it's called infrastructure. Sorry. Infrastructure as a service. Among these three, I'll come to and give an example. It's called platform as a service, SaaS, software as a service, along with infrastructure as a service. ServiceNow called as these three things. Like it comes under PaaS, it comes under SaaS, and it comes under infrastructure also. Then I'll give you some example here. We have the YouTube application in every mobile or any laptop, PC, anything. Can anyone can change the YouTube logo or YouTube the default font? Can we do some any changes in the YouTube logo or YouTube text format there? I want to change the text format of the YouTube in the browser. It is possible?
Not possible.
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, not really.
It's possible. Then we have the WhatsApp. Everyone will use this WhatsApp. Like we have the logo called with green color with a call symbol inside it. Can we change the WhatsApp logo for us, or like can we do some customizations for that?
No, sir.
We can use these application as they give to the public. We don't have any authorization to do changes for this YouTube or WhatsApp regarding our customizations. But ServiceNow will allow the customer to modify it anyway, depending upon the customization or the requirement. Okay. Platform as a service is nothing but we can do multiple changes as needed. If it is software as a service, then we can use directly like YouTube, WhatsApp comes under software as a service. Like those are called as softwares. We need to use them as it is. We don't have any authorization to change those things regarding our customization. Okay. But ServiceNow will comes under PaaS, SaaS along with infrastructure. For example, as we know that I haven't discussed any point here for this purpose, like what is ServiceNow? ServiceNow is a cloud-based ticketing tool. We don't need any software to install in our PC to work with ServiceNow or to go through with ServiceNow. It is a cloud-based platform. Okay, we don't need any infrastructure to do that. For example, if you want to install any WhatsApp web or anything, you need to install the application in your PC. Then only it allows you to go through all the things. Then ServiceNow is a cloud-based platform. It doesn't have any application to install and directly it works with the web. Okay, we need only two things to go through with ServiceNow. Like first one is a browser and second one will be the internet connection. Without internet, ServiceNow will not work. But WhatsApp will go through without net also. Okay, you can check the older messages if you don't have internet connection also. Okay, we can surf regarding with the older messages or any other images or the videos without net also if they are downloaded. Fine. Any doubts here?
No, sir.
Yeah, no, sir.
No, sir.
As I said that I think you may got through the doubt, like the recent version of ServiceNow is Xanadu, but I said that we are using the Washington DC. The latest version of the ServiceNow version is Xanadu version, but I said that I'm till currently working with Washington DC version only. We have a specific reason for that. We have a methodology. It's called a methodology called N-1 methodology. Okay, where N stands for latest release of ServiceNow or latest version of ServiceNow. It's called release sometimes, version sometimes, latest version of Now platform. For example, as it is, the latest version of ServiceNow is Xanadu. Organization won't upgrade to Xanadu. Okay, because if you upgrade to the new version of application, it has some bugs or it has some errors in it. They are improving those platforms. If you start upgrading from Washington DC to Xanadu, then company organization will face some issues regarding the bugs or the errors. That's why they don't use the latest version of application. They use the n-1 format. Like if it is Xanadu, then we'll use Washington DC. If the current version of the service now assume that Washington DC, then the companies will use the Vancouver version to avoid the bugs or the errors or the performance issues. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear.
Yeah. Then we'll come to that when ServiceNow is a license-based version. ServiceNow is not free for other organizations as it is free for us to practice the ServiceNow platform or to go through the platform. For the clients or for the companies or the organization, ServiceNow is not free. They'll charge depending upon the roles. We'll come to the part. ServiceNow is an application. The license will include as a role based application. Like if you have some 5 admins users or 5 administrators, then the charge is different. If you have some ITL users, the charge is different. Okay, we'll come to that. When ServiceNow license is done with the company, like the ServiceNow license is bought by an organization, then they'll get some 4 environments provided by ServiceNow. Okay, I'll come to that. The first one will be the development environment. It's called the dev. And the second will be the test. And third will be the stage or UAT. It's called as UAT majorly, but in some organizations they are called as UAT. And the final one will be the prod. It's called the production. Okay, it is called the dev. Majorly the ServiceNow dev environment is called as an instance. You will hear these words multiple times called instance. Okay, dev instance, production instance, test instance. Okay, clear? In the dev instance, we'll do some development activities here, like all development activities will be done here. Okay, then in the test format or in the test instance, all the testing activities, like the testing activities will be done here. Testing activities will be done in the testing environment or test instance. It's called as an instance. Instance is nothing but a platform which allows you to work or to go through them. And we have the stage or UAT. Here also we have the same thing called testing activities. Anybody knows the difference between the stage and the test instance? Okay, I'll go through that. The testing activities here will only done by the testing team. We have the testing team in every organization for every platform. And when we come to the staging or the UAT instance, along with the testing team, which includes the business heads, or those are called as the company owners or anything. Okay, and later we have the production. It's called the prod, and it's called as a production instance. And here the live data will goes for the end user. Here live data, live data goes for end user. Any doubt up to this? So I can clarify before going to the next part.
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, Sharath.
Yeah, fine. Then after, as I said that after purchasing the ServiceNow license, organization will get these 4 environments or instances: dev instance, test instance, stage or UAT, or production. majorly we call in my organization as UAT. Okay, some organizations will call as stage. That's why I mentioned both the names. Don't confuse regarding that. For example, if they provide or if the organization have the dev instance, the dev instance format will be like, as I'm working with Capgemini, I'll just make it as CG. Okay, CGI dot dev dot servicenow.com. The dev instance format will be like this. It differs for different company. For example, if you go for the IBM dot or IBM dev, sorry, it was caps like IBM dot IBM dot dev dot servicenow.com. Okay, it will be like this: CGA dev dot servicenow.com. Here we mention dot. Okay, the hyphen will be here. They will get the dev instance here where all the development activities will be done here in the development instance or dev instance, we shortly called as dev instance. And the same thing applies for the test instance also. The name will be different here, like we have the test. By I'm writing these things will be done in the last, like what will be the different for the production instance. Test, and we have the test here. The same thing applies for UAT also, like the stage, or we majorly called as UAT here. UAT, UAT. And final for the production, can any guesses from your end, like what will be the production instance? As we seen like dev instance, test instance, and stage instance, what will be the production instance name? Okay, I'll come to that. It's called CGI dot ServiceNow. Sorry. ServiceNow.com. Or I'll just remove this part. It doesn't consist of anything. It is a blindly thing, like we can remember. If you don't have anything after the organization name, then it's called as an production instance or the live instance. Some major 10% organizations will call it as live, but 90% organizations will call it as production instance, called production environment. Clear? Any doubts regarding up to this?
Sorry, I did not get this. What is this? I mean, it is a mail format. What is it?
For example, it's an URL format, like it's called Uniform Resource Locator. For example, if IBM will purchase a ServiceNow license, they will get the dev instance like this. It has some different numbers in it, but I'm just showing for your random part. These are called as the environments, like the test environment, the dev environment, everything. I'll show
Why
you
do
how
we
it will.
need these environments?
As it is, I am discussing about the ServiceNow license. If the ServiceNow license purchased by the organization, they'll get these 4 environments, and I'm showing to try to learn you like what will be the dev instance and how it will be in the real time. I'll show you how it will be in the next upcoming days. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other doubts? Okay. Then we'll come to the next part, like if ServiceNow license version purchased by the organization, then what will be the additional benefits will get by the organization or the company? Okay, what are the helpful portals? But everyone will get, but after getting into ServiceNow, they'll give some helpful portals which come across with ServiceNow to learn regarding ServiceNow, because ServiceNow is a self-learning tool. I learned ServiceNow HRSD by going towards ServiceNow website, by going through their documentation and everything. I'll come to that how it will be. The first helpful portal provided by ServiceNow will be It's called the product documentation, which includes the ServiceNow release informations, like the ServiceNow version informations. Like I'll make it as release as a layman term, like release or releases of ServiceNow release of ServiceNow information, like information regarding releases of ServiceNow. Like as I said that right now the current version of ServiceNow is Xanadu version, and right now companies are using this Washington DC. I need to know the Xanadu features, like what will be the new feature when compared to Washington DC. Then those features will be done or mentioned in the product documentation. The link will be docs.servicenow.com, docs.servicenow.com, or you can directly type ServiceNow product documentation in any web browser. Then it will show you regarding those things. I'll show you how it will be. If I click this part, like it is a browser, and if I go for the Google, and directly I just mention as product documentation ServiceNow. As you get the prompt like directly product documentation ServiceNow. If I click this part, then it gives like product documentation. If I click this part, let's see. These are the documentation of ServiceNow. Okay, it shows as docs.servicenow.com. And as I said that it consists of the information of the releases of ServiceNow versions. And as you see that if I open this part, you can drag down, like you can go to the bottom of the page. We have the release notes and upgrades here, like what is Yokohama, what is Xanadu, what is Washington DC and Vancouver, and these are the other things which are to be mentioned here. Okay, for example, if I want to know what are the features of Washington DC and when it was released, and everything will be mentioned here. If I click on this hyperlink, if I click on Washington DC, it will show the information regarding the ServiceNow application and the features of the ServiceNow platform regarding with these Washington DC release. Okay, you can see like Washington DC highlights and path to successful upgrades, and when it is started. As I said that Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and what are the next patches. Patches are nothing but the small upgrades. Upgrade is nothing but complete total software application development, and patches are nothing but small areas development activities. And these are the releases notes regarding the Washington DC. Okay, if you want to other things, you can go through the other applications, or if you want to download it in the PDF, we have an option called PDF option here to save this part, or you can share it for any other person, or you can download it offline. And later regarding this part, the second major part, like this helpful portal from the ServiceNow, will be the ServiceNow community. As we have the Facebook, Instagram as a social media platforms to connect with us, like connect with our friends or the social media friends. Regarding with ServiceNow aspirant, like I have some almost all 1,000 contacts in my mobile phone which related to ServiceNow. Like to contact with the ServiceNow aspirants or ServiceNow learners or ServiceNow company persons, then we have a community for them. You can ask any doubt there, or you can post your content there. Then you'll get some likes and comments, everything. I'll show you how it will be. If I open the browser, go for a new tab or anything, just type as ServiceNow community. ServiceNow community, where all developers, aspirants, learners, beginners, everyone will be there here. Okay, it is asking to sign in, but I'm just showing for your education purpose. I'll show you how to sign in this part. Okay, and here we have everything. And if you want to know anything, like if you want to search anything, like I need to have some server side API. I need to get some details regarding ServiceNow API. If I search here, it will search with the keywords and show you the posts which are done by the fellow persons in the community. It is showing some different posts here. If you want any post here, just click on that post, it will open, and if it is helpful, we can make it as helpful here. They'll provide they'll clarify some doubts also here, the real-time doubts, and where we can perform those things, or if it is helpful, we can click on the thumbs up icon where it will give some boost to make some other post. Okay, where you can comment also these parts, and I'll show you how it will be in the upcoming sessions. And the ServiceNow, after the ServiceNow community, and we have the thing called service portal, which is right now very prominent in the ServiceNow IT service management. Service portal is nothing but a portal which is used by end user. For example, if you join an organization as a ServiceNow developer, you have the access to ServiceNow application or the platform. But if I am the Java developer or any full stack Java developer, I don't have any access to ServiceNow platform. But if I want to raise a ticket, if I want to make any ticket, or if I want to track the status of the ticket, then we have a platform called Service Portal where end users can access the ServiceNow application or the platform. Okay, clear? Guys, are you there?
Yes, Sharath.
Yes, sir.
The final helpful portal provided by ServiceNow to the organization will be called as hi.servicenow.com. hi.servicenow.com. For example, as I said that ServiceNow is used to raise the tickets. For example, my laptop keyboard is not working. Then I'll open the service portal and I'll raise a ticket that my keyboard is not working. Okay, for example, if my printer is not working, I'll raise a ticket. If my salary is deducted as more than as expected, then I'll raise a ticket. For example, if ServiceNow is not if it is not working its way, like the ServiceNow itself is not responding very well, then we have a platform to complain regarding on ServiceNow. Like we have a platform to raise a ticket on the ServiceNow itself that ServiceNow is not performing well. It's called hi.servicenow.com. Okay, the previous name of this hi.servicenow.com was support.servicenow.com, where business heads will raise the tickets if ServiceNow has any issues in that. Okay, and these are the helpful portals or the portals provided by ServiceNow after purchasing the license. But for practicing purpose, ServiceNow is free. You can practice for any more years. I'm using my instance since 2017 till now. I'm using the same instance till now 2025. I'm using the same instance for the practice purpose or to go through the application or the platform, what are the new features and everything. Clear?
Yes, Sharath.
Yeah. Before going to that, I'll show two documents or two formats here. What is ITSM, and then we'll move on to the next upcoming modules of ServiceNow. Majorly, ITSM will covers the incident management, improvement management, configure management, release management, change management, and everything like when it comes to up to the problem management. ITSM process includes all these things, but majorly we'll cover incident management, change management, request management, problem management, and knowledge management. These are the out of the box content. Like these are not majorly used components in the organization. We majorly go through like incident management, change management, request, problem, knowledge, and these comes under the other things. Like I'll show you regarding how these will work, and later when we come to like it is the ServiceNow overview. Okay, how the ServiceNow will work. If you want to send any notification, we'll use ServiceNow. This called user experience and notification services. If I want to send some push messages, I use ServiceNow in the organization. To SMS, I also use ServiceNow. As I said, that service portal for the notification purpose. And for intelligence part, we have some AI inclusion in ServiceNow, but majorly up to the not more. Like we have the virtual agent and operational intelligence and the performance forecasting here. And we have the development tools to develop the application, and we have the integration services. And ServiceNow is emerging as low code or no code, LOW or NO. It's called low code or no code platform in the future. And these are the core services which we discuss regarding in the upcoming days. And then come to this called as what is ServiceNow related to the IT organization, which includes the IT service management, operation management, which includes asset management and enterprise formats, and which include the security things, business management, and everything will be controlled by ServiceNow under one roof. We don't need any other applications to do these operations. One ServiceNow is enough. Okay. I'll come to this modules of ServiceNow. As I mentioned that we are here to learn ITSM application like IT service management, and it's a prominent module and it's a base module. If you want to learn ServiceNow without learning ITSM, we can't go through the next step. ITSM is a base module of ServiceNow, and I'll write some major prominent modules of ServiceNow here, and which will help you to go through them. Modules in ServiceNow. The first, I said that it's called ITSM, and we have ITAM, ITBM, and we have ITOM, we have GRC, HRSD, SecOps, we have CSM, we have FSM, we have DevOps, we have IRM, and we have majorly other modules. I'll share a document in the group that how many modules will consist, but major part is ServiceNow right now, which supports in the market, it is 32 plus, but it has 100 plus modules. But in the IT sector management or service management, we are using 32 plus modules in the current industry, but it has 100 plus modules. Okay, keep this point in your mind. And ITSM stands for, as I said, that it's called information technology service management, which includes satisfying the organization services like IT operations or anything. And when we come to this ITAM, as the name itself stating that the same part, it's called asset management, which goes through the assets of the organization. Okay, then we'll come to this ITBM. It's called business management. And we have the ITOM module, which goes towards the operations management or operation management. And we have the next module called GRC. It's called governance, risk and compliance. And HRSD, it's called human resource service delivery. And we have SecOps. It's called security operations. And CSM is called customer service management. Customer service management. And final one is it's called FSM, field service management. And DevOps, as we know that DevOps consists of development operations or dev operations. And IRM stands for integrated risk management, which was priorly in the GRC model, but it was mentioned as a separate model. I'll share a image in the group. How many models are there in ServiceNow? The prominent models, not all the models, and go through them, and you'll get some idea regarding what are the models of ServiceNow. In a service management, which includes raising tickets, ordering, requesting any catalog item, like if I want any additional mouse or additional keyboard or additional phone, additional printer, then IT service management module helps you to order or request those things. Okay. It is a glimpse of ServiceNow, like basic introduction of ServiceNow. Any doubts?
No, Sharath.
Yeah, no, Sharath.